relax. We're starting to get comments. I'm starting to get comments again. Starting to get heckled. It's time to step up our game. Because we need to do it we had to do it live. That's the issue. We haven't had live in a minute.
Did you go?
I went 0-3.
Oh, you did go 0-3.
Yeah, I think second weekend. No, I went one. Got one win last week.
I mean, the Redskins one you missed by a point.
Yeah, I know.
The other ones are not that.
Okay. Did you win? You won one. Did you push again?
I pushed. Yeah, the Bears Browns one I pushed.
Nice.
We went. We went 1,
1, 4,
4
and 1.
and 1.
That's
Yeah,
ass.
it's not great.
No, not at all. Do those numbers update up here, or do I gotta do it?
I just updated them. The only thing that needs to update.
Oh, dude, if you bet on me, I'm
Oh,
minus
no.
32.
You're
Oh
in the
no,
red.
this is
Oh, why is that not red?
first time all season it's in the red. All right, this is bad. This is real bad. All right, I'm losing us money. This is bad. I'm having an existential crisis.
Breaking even is good.
All right, but we're not breaking even anymore, so it's not good.
It's $1.
All right,
Unless you're betting
stop it. It's just... Okay, let's start this. I guess we are streaming, so let's make sure that we're up.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna give you one second.
I've been
I'm
good.
gonna put up that we're up.
I'm gonna fill my water, but we can go ahead and get started.
All right. No, this TV. Oh, you know what? While you're gone, I'm gonna grab a. All right, I switched it up so it says it's awards predictions instead of mid-season awards. Just because I texted Lambo to give us a mid-season awards thing, and he said, "Bro, there's 3 weeks left in the season." All right, you have a point.
Right.
Yeah, he's got a good point. All right. Did you check our audio?
Oh no, I didn't.
Should be good. I think it's fine.
Is he trying to figure out why Roku didn't give me a cord?
Damn Roku.
Really? That's all right. Pulling it up now. Buckle up, sports fans. The Wise Guys podcast is back. Episode packed to the brim. All right, my audio is good. Can you say something real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
We're good.
All right, it's sent
Wish
out.
my camera looked as good as yours.
Dude, this is my dad's camera.
Sharp.
It's real nice. I'm gonna have to figure out what brand this is. We should.
I can open a Sprite cranberry. Oh, is it actually?
Yes, sir.
I said that before I saw it.
It's the thirstiest time of the year. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. All right.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was testing it. All right, let's get this shindig on the road.
Right on time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we told anyone that we were starting at 6:30. Besides,
I don't think we did
so
either.
that's fine.
I told my girlfriend.
There you go. Yeah, she knows.
So she's out right now. We're not live.
So
I guess we are live.
Yeah, we're live. We're just not recording yet.
This is the best part, honestly, if you're watching live.
I don't know why else you would want to watch live.
Dilly dally.
Yeah. Figure out any way that we can do like do anything besides a pod before we actually do it. All right, let's just actually get this started. Ready?
All right, that's the podcast.
Yeah.
It's coming out. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I am your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing great, Chris. I'm back in Maryland. If you could tell, if you're watching the live stream, man, that is bright on my face. But I have a
Very
nice,
professional.
Yeah, a nice bright camera. Oh, but back at home, we're at a different background again. Moving around. Semester's over. Had a good semester. How about you, Chris? Everything's good?
It's great. I'm by myself for the next 2 days. Our semester's over as well, but I still have work. So I'm still here until the weekend, and then I'll head home and enjoy the holidays with my family. But I'm an empty nester for now, which is gonna be nice for like a night, and then it just gets boring. Like last night, I was like, "This is good." Like just watching TV by myself, and then today I'm bored.
Yeah, you're just hanging in the living room. Yeah. Okay. So, do you get
Not
off
great
work?
lighting.
Yeah, not as good lighting as you normally have. Do you have like off work on Christmas? I'm guessing. Do you have the week?
Yeah,
Do you have a couple days?
I just have a couple days.
Oh, okay.
I took off a few days during the week, but
that's
I
nice.
don't have to take off Christmas, obviously. Yeah, it's the season of joy.
We got to have another Festivus grievings.
That's right.
Here's some grievings from later.
What day is Festivus again? I feel bad. Is it the 23rd?
I think it's the 23rd. I believe so. But
I feel like I should know this. Okay, yeah, it is the 23rd.
Yeah, I would have been upset if we didn't have that. Anywho, we have a lot. We're gonna be talking about some NFL later on, some NBA, college corner, of course. We're gonna get right into it. We did have some wise picks that were posted on time. I wish they weren't. We just forgot about the wise picks in general. I gotta apologize to the fans out there. I'm bringing us down negative. This is the first time we're negative on the year. It's because of me. I have 48%.
It's just by a hair.
It's just right there.
And if you look at the records, we're over 500.
We just have
when you factor in the fee
and the 4 pushes.
Technically be in the red. 4 pushes. Yeah.
It's not good.
2 pushes apiece.
Well, I promised to do better. This week was not hot. I was riding Tommy DeVito too late. I was 1 point off the LA Washington. And then I don't know what I was thinking with Carolina Atlanta. I thought 2 bad teams. I saw the weather. Once the weather started,
we both screwed this game up.
Well, when I saw the weather in the morning, I was like, it's over. What did I do? I don't know. I didn't see the monsoon. There was like there was 2 fans there that
playing
game.
In front of 6 fans.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get that game out of the way since we
got
both had a bad pick. That game, I mean, the Falcons ended up losing to the Panthers. That's the
This
headline
was
here.
yeah. This was a trap game of the week, and I remember like after I made the Falcons -3 pick, I saw on Instagram that like 80% of the money was on the Falcons or whatever, and it's like, oh, trap game. I was like, but I was like, I felt good picking against the Panthers against literally anybody. So that's why I made the pick, and I still don't think it was a stupid pick, but yeah, it was definitely a trap. That's all I got. I don't think we should spend any more time on this. Arthur Smith should be fired for that game.
Bijan Robinson in the rain, you would think they have a good running team. They should be able, like, if anything, the Falcons should be able to run on the Panthers, right? Now,
Right.
they give Bijan Robinson 7 carries. Tyler Algier gets 14. Cordell Patterson gets 5 for -2. And, Kyle, leading receiver is yet again Jonnu Smith. Nothing from Drake London, nothing from Pitts. You can give it up to the rain, but they're going back to Heineke. Like, Ritter's done. It's over. The era
You can't
lasted.
seesaw like this. It's like what the Bucks did with Fitzpatrick and Winston, except they would like play a good game or two until they got benched. This is like the guys are getting worse and worse. Like, oh, Ritter sucked, so let's put Heineke in. Heineke sucks, let's put Ritter back in. And then Ritter's even worse than he was before.
Yeah, it's The Office when Michael Scott is getting the vasectomy. The snip, snap, snip, snap. But they're not snipping or snapping to any. It's just you're subbing in.
It's just sad snip snap.
It's a very sad snip snap.
Really sad.
Yeah, dude, this guy's losing. This Arthur Smith thing is no longer a joke. Like they're the front runners to, like, they should be winning this division. Coming 2 weeks ago. And
it's a tough argument
losses.
to say that they're not the best roster. Like, they have skilled guys, they have a improving defense, they're frisky, and
they play weird games.
Quarterback situation, but they haven't handled it well.
No, they haven't handled it well at all, and it doesn't help that Bijan can't get 7 carries in a game.
Yeah,
can't ever get 7
carries. And it's not like a game where they got down 14-0 right away. Like.
Yeah, it was close the whole time.
What, 7-7 the whole time.
And it was pouring down rain. If you're gonna do anything when it's pouring down rain, you're just gonna run the football. So what are you doing giving it to Algier instead of Bijan? The Panthers, I mean, they had no fans there. I was making group chats with my buddies that are from the Charlotte area, like talking about how they're gonna sell the team since no one's there. I don't blame anyone.
I mean, they would be happy about that.
Well, not sell the team. I moved the team. Sorry, not sell it. Like I was like St. Louis. St. Louis would fill these seats right now. Or but they, like, honestly, it's not like they kicked 3 field goals. The Falcons got 7 points. That's congrats.
Yeah.
They got to win over maybe, now that Staley's gone, maybe the worst coach team in the NFL. I like how he's gotten the Staley title immediately. Like it was. I mean, it was a perfect handoff.
It was perfect. Yeah, it's like he stepped up to the occasion.
He stepped up to the plate. Yeah, he stepped up to the plate.
Knocked it out of the park.
He was ready.
It'd be like one thing if the Panthers, because you won. Well, I guess you don't even need that. You don't have your picks. I was gonna say, like, even in a lost year, you could have at least had a win where you showed signs where, like, Bryce Young maybe had a nice game and maybe, like, let a comeback or. Yeah,
hey, I gotta say, that last drive was pretty nice. I will say that last drive was nice.
I guess. Good for him.
He had a good, it was like 95 yards. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Solid drive. But it wasn't anything special.
Haskins drove the Redskins down the field to beat the Lions against, like, Jeff Driscoll. To get this 2 wins on the year. That was the selfie game.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that game.
Infamous selfie game.
When he went to he supposedly went to the club, right? Supposedly went to the club afterwards.
Yeah, that was the next year.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot. God rest his soul.
Yeah, poor guy. All right, that's a perfect segue out of this game. Let's get out of here. That game stunk. Which do you want to go to your win, or do we want to just keep going on the losses that we got?
Let's get all the losses out of here.
All right. The Giants, this is on me. I bet a Tommy DeVito parlay. I was all in, and I was a week too late. I'm sorry. I feel like I ruined it. I was like, I hate the Saints.
Ruined Tommy DeVito.
Like, this is perfect. Like, I hate the Saints. Italian American. We talked about it all last episode. All for it. I had like him rushing yards, which actually hit. Him passing yards did not hit. Him.
What was his passing total? Couldn't have been that high, like 200.
Yeah, I think it was 200. Yeah, dead even, and he was at 177. This Saints team, I mean, they have a good defense, and look. Carr didn't turn over the ball this game, so I guess that's kind of what they need. They're kind of like the Lions, where if Goff doesn't, Derek Carr shits down his leg way more than Goff does, but if he doesn't shit down his leg, then it's totally fine. I hate the Saints team. I can't believe I bet again. I gotta stay away from their games. I gotta get far away from them. I know
I've been doing it
me.
since like week 3. Can't bet on this team or against this. Every time you think you know it's gonna happen, the opposite.
And the Giants,
I can't believe that they're like right in the division. I thought they were buried.
I know they
should have been in any other division. They play the Bucks not this week but next week.
I'm rooting so heavy for the Bucks then.
I am too. I think everybody and their mother is.
Yeah, they're a fun story. Baker's definitely come around.
Even though the Bucks like just won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, like you think that people would be like, oh, like they just won, but it's like the Bucks with Tom Brady were not the Bucks.
No, they were Tom Brady's team. They were just Tom Brady's team for 2 years.
But those fans like still got to enjoy it.
Yeah, and now it's kind of funny because you're right. They reverted back to the Bucks that no one cares. Like literally no one cares about.
Yeah,
so,
literally the same thing.
And Baker's passing.
Baker is just Jameis. It's like the same.
Yeah, and
same freaking theme.
He has had a great season, and if you look touchdown wise to interception wise, it's similar to Tom Brady's last year. Honestly, Tom Brady threw it a lot more. If you look, like Tom Brady threw way more per game than Baker has, because they actually kind of have a run game too. Rashad White's. I mean, you laughed a couple pods ago, and I was like, hey, he's having a good season, and he's each week it seems like he's improving. They torched the Bucks. I like the Packers. I had a feeling too, and I was gonna go on my wise picks. I was like, I don't know, and I don't know why I didn't take it.
I don't know what to do about the Packers either. They're another one where it's like every time I think I know, I sniffed out the Chiefs game.
You did
say that.
You did have the Chiefs game.
Every other game, sucks. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. It does suck, yeah.
Packers defense is terrible, and their wide receivers are just young. It seems
hasn't been that bad all year.
No, it hasn't. But the past 3 weeks, it seems like
they
can't cover anyone. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Tommy DeVito beat him.
Yeah, and
we can talk
carve him up
about how cool. Yeah. He should never have looked that good.
I was all in. I'm sorry for all the Italian Americans that I destroyed Tommy DeVito for them. All right, my last terrible pick was your team. Couldn't score one more point for me. The Rams at Commanders. I needed 48 and a half.
It was
at 48. In LA. Before you take the reins. Jacoby Brissett threw 10 passes and outplayed Sam Howell. Is that a concern?
When you pull up the stat sheet, Brissett led the team in passing. He was just in the fourth quarter.
That's concerning, right?
It's not great. It's definitely not great. Yeah, Howell came out. He was 11 for 26 with 100 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. after Brissett's first drive, he literally looked like Black Peyton Manning.
Well,
He
when
was
he was out
so
there,
good,
yeah,
and
he
they
made
marched
everything.
down the field.
Yeah. Well, and I actually thought
And the
like
only
that.
time they
I
got
was like,
slowed up was when they got down to the 1-yard line.
I honestly was like, holy crap, they might like win this game if they could get an onside kick.
They might win the game too, which felt insane. But like it wasn't if they didn't manage the clock so horribly, it got down to the 1-yard line with 4 minutes left, and they scored a touchdown with 1:47.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, that was horrendous.
That much time could have possibly run off the clock. It's almost impossible.
that was bad.
And then of course they just cut to Ron every time. He's just like
Ron,
nothing.
yeah, I was gonna
Blank
say,
stare, Ron.
Ron does not know what. Like, I don't think he knew Jacoby Brissett was on the team until he was on the field.
Bieniemy was like, "Should we put Brissett in? Who?
Yeah, who?
Oh, for Howell, right? Yeah, okay, sure. Why not?"
With all these quarterbacks
like-
going down this year, you would think we would have seen Brissett by now, but this is surprisingly the first we've seen of him.
What? Because Sam would get hurt, or because he's been bad?
Well, just in the grand scheme of all these quarterbacks going down or getting benched, or it just surprised that
an opportunity.
yeah, like or like he didn't get traded for, or he didn't get any opportunity at some point.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like the Jets with Brissett.
I feel like they'd be
decent.
yeah,
right?
I feel like he's been a middling starter multiple times.
Didn't they make the playoffs with the Colts, or were they like just short?
I think they were just short. I don't know if he made it as a starter. He was on the Browns last year, and I remember he wasn't terrible either.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, he
It's not
played,
like
the
he's
first 10 games of the year.
yeah, because of Watson. Yeah, it's not like he's. I mean, it's not like he's great, but he could do exactly.
He's a great backup, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he is a great backup. What I mean is anything changed from last week's point of view of the Commanders?
No. I mean, I'm already on a draft season. I started doing mock drafts.
Is it all O line?
It is, yeah. But I don't have confidence in Sam like I used to. Like, there was a stretch where I really felt good about him. I don't know where we're at now. Just seeing like how different it looked without him out there. It was like, oh wow. Because I think I've just been like convincing myself that he'll be fine. Every mistake that he makes, it's like, yeah, whatever. And then when he gets taken out and they have 2 drives like that, and it could just be like defense is seeing something different, and it's the fourth quarter, like they're probably tagging off a little bit in coverage. But McLaurin was like,
I mean, that second drive
making
was
plays.
to make it a 2 possession or make it a 1 possession game, so the defense had to been trying at least a little bit.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
didn't look. It doesn't help that the guy missed 2 passes.
Yeah.
So
he was a machine.
Yeah, he was carving him up, and that's I guess it's really it could be just like as you were saying, it just might have just happened. It might not be a testament of wow, this guy's so much better than Sam Howell. It was like all this talk about Scary Terry, and the second Jacoby Brissett comes in, he bombs it to Scary Terry for a touchdown. Like, all right, that was concerning.
That is very concerning. So I don't know. I mean, I think like Howell's gonna play the rest of the year.
Yeah, I don't think he's not benched or anything. So we'll have more time, and he's gonna be facing 3 good defenses the rest of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what
like
happens.
the top 3.
Yeah, Niners, Cowboys.
So that'll be great. This game, the Jets Commanders game, it's the 32nd ranked defense versus the 32nd ranked offense.
Somebody retweeted that.
Did you see the quote tweet that was like movable object for stoppable force?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, that was awesome. Movable object for stoppable force. It will be interesting to see who gives what wins
Yeah,
in the
it
worst
will.
defense versus the
I
worst
think that
offense.
they'll score 25 points at least.
Oh,
This defense is so bad. Did you see the Cooper Cup touchdown?
yes, I saw the
I don't know
Cooper
if I've
Cup
ever
touchdown.
seen somebody that wide open.
He was wide open by 70
Like ever.
yards. And he's the best player. He
Actually,
won
the
the
last
Triple
time I saw
Crown
somebody,
last year.
I know. The last time I saw somebody that open was when they played the Saints the night that Breeze broke the
Oh,
touchdown
yeah.
or yards record.
Yeah.
And it was no one was within 40 yards of him. I was scripted though. This was not. He was just wide open.
Rams are the team, not, you don't want to see the Rams.
No, I don't think that I do.
No, because, like, Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup, Kyron Williams, Stafford, that is as formidable as an offense
That's a
as
unit.
anyone in the league.
Yeah.
Which you would not have
I didn't realize
said.
how good Kyron Williams' numbers have been.
Oh, yeah, he's fantastic.
Second in the league in rushing.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I especially like the Eagles after these past couple games. If they match up with the
Oh
Rams,
yeah, they might get out of the Eagles.
yeah, they might beat them up.
The Eagles are slowing down Cooper Cup.
No, I don't know who they slow him down with because Bradbury's just been exposed, and I guess we'll get to the Eagles soon because let's move on from this Rams game. But yeah, we'll end up with the wins, and we'll go to the Eagles. Talk about the Eagles because that Monday night game was fun. Let's go with the push. Cleveland, Chicago, the fail Mary. Always love it when you can say fail Mary. I'm not gonna lie. And
This takes Fail Mary to like a new height.
This was in his hands.
It was.
It was in his
It was
lap.
such a Bears way to lose, man.
I know.
So brutal, and the fact that they were up 10 too. And did you see the play that might have been worse was the fourth down that the Bears had, and they were driving up 10 in the fourth quarter, and Fields like tripped going
Oh,
for the
yeah.
first down and fell an inch short.
Yep.
That one was horrible. And DJ Moore is like wide open. He tries to run it and gets tripped up, and literally like an inch short of the first. I don't know how he possibly didn't get it.
The first,
didn't, and then that was the game.
the first drive of the
The
game.
rest was history.
First drive of the game ends in Robert Tunyon just completely whiffing on the long, like probably the worst drop of the year. It was just a Bears. It was just a Bears loss.
He's a masterclass of losing.
But Justin Fields has this magical power of having highlights and like, oh wow, he's having a good game against this Darrison Brown's defense, and then you look at his numbers like, oh, he's not having a good game. Like he's actually not having a good game whatsoever. I don't know how he makes such an ass performance look so good, but he's a magician.
I don't know either. Just like he just looks slick.
He does. He runs out of the pocket nice. He always throws a nice ball. But and then he just has 20 other passes that don't do anything. I can't believe this Joe Flacco stuff. He's gearing up. Look up
story.
Yeah, it's gearing up for M&T Bank. Return of Joe.
Oh,
I can't wait.
That would be incredible if he actually won that game. So that would be what would have to happen. The Ravens would be the 2 seed and they would be the 7.
What's that website? The playoff odds.
Playoff machine.
We're here. We're on the playoff machine. We got 3 games left.
Oh boy,
it's time.
That's another one too. Is it like 538? Oh yeah,
that's what it is. Is that what it's called? 538. Yeah, here it is.
I think there's one on there. I'm on the playoff machine right now.
I'm looking at the 538. I like that one better.
538 might be better. Are you just looking at odds or like the simulator?
I wanted to see the odds and how they switch with each win.
Wait, this is 2022.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if they have a 2023 one.
What? All right, well that's dumb. Anyway. I'm just gonna look at the standings. It's good pie.
All right. Yeah, let's just do that. All right, let's stop messing around. All right, right now,
Oh, man.
the Browns are the 5th seed, and they would be facing between Jacksonville and they'd be facing Jacksonville right now as it's currently standing.
That's a
And
dub.
that is a dub. And all they
There's
need to
no
do
way that Flacco
to
loses
get to
Flacco.
Baltimore, all they need to do is win that game and have Indy and Cincinnati go down, which is possible. But the issue with that is if Buffalo sneaks in, Buffalo's either going to be that top 4 seed because they win the division, or they're going to steal one of those Cincinnati.
Oh, they're getting in.
They are getting in. So if Buffalo wins against the Chargers, and everyone at Bengals win and Indianapolis wins. Oh, Indianapolis becomes oh wait, that's if Jacksonville. No, Jacksonville could. No matter what, if Indy wins next week. Oh wait, it's like never mind. If the Jacksonville Jaguars lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Indianapolis could be a 4 seed this year. We've just kind of, I think we talked about him a little bit last week. Yeah, I can't believe that's possible and happening. The Jaguars have been very disappointing. I can't believe.
Is Trevor fully healthy?
There's an argument with Hurts and Lawrence. Like, oh, are these guys healthy? If they're playing in the game, they're as healthy as they're going to be. So that's what matters, right? Like, it doesn't matter if they're unhealthy or not. If they're playing in the game and they're cheeks, it's probably because they're unhealthy. Like, I don't know if they need to sit them for a week, or I think it's just like there's just dumb stuff that happens in these Jaguars games. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, Lamar did not have a good game. The Ravens did not have a good game, and they end up stomping them. It wasn't even close. And it was at one point. It was 7-10, right? Yeah, and then the fourth quarter they just pulled away. I don't know what's wrong with this Jaguars team. They can't get their playmakers right in the big games. They just completely abandoned the running game. Only down 10 in the whole first half. Like, the running game, it's just non-existent. And if Trevor Lawrence did injure his ankle all that time ago, why is he throwing that much?
I don't know. That's what I can't explain.
No, it's a confusing team, and I know Ravens fans are gonna hate me for saying this, but I think on Christmas night they get whooped by this Niners team.
You think so?
Yeah, I see too many mistakes with this Ravens team. Too many, like, they had the Jags by the balls there. They should have. I know they blow them out eventually, but this shouldn't have been close. This shouldn't have been a competition. I'm waiting for Lamar to have the great passing performance, and I guess now they're on running back 7 of the year. Like, they finally found someone in Keaton Mitchell that was awesome, and they even didn't even give him that many carries because they knew they're the Ravens and they're eventually going to get injured, and yet still he tears his ACL in a brutal fashion. Isaiah Likely's.
I feel bad for laughing at that, but
yeah, no, but it's just so Ravens. It's so classic.
It is so
Ravens.
That's so Raven.
That is so Raven. Isaiah Likely has become a star. Like, I can't believe he's good, and still the passing numbers aren't very good. They couldn't get Zay Flowers going. Odell Beckham was terrible. Hell, Bateman was the second leading receiver. There's too many questions here. And I know they're 11-3, and I know they've looked really good, and I know that they've beaten all the teams that they need to beat. But, like, shit like in the overtime against the Rams game, this game not being able to blow out the Jaguars when the Jaguars aren't able to do anything. This is the type of stuff I'm going to remember when it comes to playoff time. And as much as I hate to say it, like, the Buffalo Bills I feel like they've had more convincing wins even though they've had less wins than some of these
Recently,
Ravens
I
wins.
guess.
Yeah, maybe recency bias, but like
The Bills also could not figure out how to win a game.
how to what?
I don't trust the Bills to win a close game.
Yeah, I can't say I can trust the Bills either. I could see them blowing this Chargers game to Easton Stick. I guess they just had a good rainy game against the Cowboys. But like
I don't think they're gonna blow the game to Easton Stick.
all right, that's fair. That's fair. But if you're a Ravens fan, what teams? I mean, do you agree with me? Am I giving too much hate to the Ravens here?
No, I think you're right. And it kind of, like, it goes along with the narrative that there hasn't been a dominant team really in the AFC this whole year,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to make it one of the most entertaining playoffs that we've seen. Because you've got, like, I mean, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Browns, even maybe the Jags if they can figure it out. Like, all these teams have a shot to win a couple playoff games. You know,
Yeah, and you could
like
see.
you're right about got a couple convincing wins. They whooped up on the Seahawks. They whooped up on the Lions. Those are good
That's
teams
true.
that they beat.
That's true.
They were at home. Like, stakes were very low. I don't know if that changes. I don't know, like, how important the playoff Lamar narrative is. If that's just too small of a sample size, or if it's actually a problem. So I don't know what to think about this team. I think they have as good of a chance as anyone in the AFC to make the Super Bowl. But I also, like you said, I would not be surprised if they got knocked out right away because they can't finish a game.
I don't like any of these teams, and that's starting to make me think like Joe
Me neither.
Flacco is gonna be playing in this AFC championship. Why? Like, even with all
Is
those,
that not the best outcome?
oh, it's by far the most entertaining one.
Especially like the Browns, like it's not Watson anymore.
No, exactly.
You can go back to like
No, and he's almost like correcting the sins for Watson. Like he's like we're able to root for the Browns because he's atoning for the sins because he's just Joe Cool.
Because he's Flacco.
And like imagine the Browns go through 20 years of trying to find the right quarterback. They trade all these assets for Watson, and then he gets injured, and Joe Flacco, the guy who tortured them for 15 years on the Ravens, comes in and beats the Ravens in the playoff game. Like the writing is on the wall for the best narrative in a long time in the NFL. And you can't set down the narrative. You don't forget about the narratives. Cuz those they come in
9-5 is crazy.
It's nuts. I mean I don't know how they're doing it. They like each time it's like, oh, like Joe Flacco had a rough start to this game, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be Joe's not gonna be back, and he ends up with 374 and 2 touchdowns. He had 3 picks, and he could have had like 4 more. That's the one. That's the other thing. Like he could have like 6 picks a game here, but he like sometimes you just need that guy to chuck
the
it.
Bears, like, it doesn't even matter. It's like, oh, we turned it over. Bummer. Right? Like,
yeah,
they're different than a punt if we're slinging it down the field.
He hasn't had a game under 250 yards. And that not a lot of other quarterbacks in this league can say that this season.
How is he compared to, like, Kenny Pickett? It's always the guy that they compare.
Oh, let's look it up.
Like, Flacco probably has more 300-yard games than Pickett.
He probably has more touchdowns than Pickett does.
It's got to be a stat.
I gotta say, Pickett
was 1 touchdown pass away from tying Kenny Pickett's season.
No, that's not true.
That was a week ago, so he's probably.
Oh, that's his career. It. Yeah, no, wait, he is past it. He has 7 touchdowns. Kenny Pickett has 6. Kenny Pickett. I thought this was the season. Kenny Pickett only has 13 touchdowns in his career.
I know.
He's trash.
Not very good.
I saw a great picture on Sunday.
Somehow Mitch is worse.
I saw a great picture on Sunday. It was Allen Robinson sitting on the bench, and they're like, man, this guy cannot get rid of Mitch Trubisky to save his life. Like, this guy. I felt so bad instantly.
He's had the worst quarterbacking ever.
Yeah, he's never had a good
Outside of
quarterback.
like the 1 year with Stafford, but he's still dog shit that year.
Yeah, at that point he was old.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we
what a
never
shame.
finished up the wise picks. You called the Bills -2. He's all right. I got a question
Oh
for you.
wait, I also had the under in the Browns game, which that was the push. Or is that how that conversation started?
I think that's how the conversation
It is.
started. While we're talking about this Bills Cowboys game, is this one of those games that is like I hate to discredit the Bills and like I know they had a great game plan. Is this like a weather factor? Does this happen if they're in a dome? I can't see
I
this.
think if it's a dome in Dallas, it probably doesn't happen. I think the reason I picked this game is because it was a perfect letdown spot for the Cowboys coming off beating the Eagles.
Mhm.
They had to go to Buffalo, where if it wasn't going to be raining, it was going to be cold. Bills are desperate. They're a really good football team that hasn't lived up to their expectations this year, but now it's crunch time. That's why I made the pick. It's just a classic, like NFL underdog run faster. They had to win this game. The Cowboys did not.
Yeah. No, they did.
Every game's a Bills at this point.
Yeah, it really is. And they did it for once on the ground. James Cook was a monster. 7.2 yards a carry. Even Ty Johnson 6 yards a carry. Like everyone ate on this offense. And Josh Allen didn't have to throw. They didn't want him to throw. He only threw it 15 times. And honestly, it was a working game plan in the rain. It was pouring out in Buffalo. That like when I saw the weather, another one where I was like, all right, this Cowboys team is a dome team. They built it. It's a built dome team. They're because they don't get the random Brandon Cooks catch, or the CeeDee Lamb. I mean, the CeeDee Lamb's fine, I think, in any weather, but like they don't have that extra factor of Brandon Cooks. I feel like their defense is a bunch of older guys that probably like the dome. I don't know. It may be my crazy, but I feel like they're a dome team. Tony Pollard seems like a dome player too.
I mean, why do you think they in the playoffs every year they can win in the wild card round and then they can't win the second?
Yeah, it's whenever they're home, whenever they're not facing any weather. I think Dak is a lot more comfortable when it's not like he just looked uncomfortable.
He's such a dome guy.
Yeah, he's Reed's dome all over him. And the Bills defense came to play. They looked, as you said earlier, the hungry dog runs faster. I think they might be a sleeper team. Like they're gonna probably, as you said, I was joking earlier, but they might beat up on the Chargers. They're gonna want to beat up on the Pats. I don't know. That's a test game, a good test game for them to see how good their offense is. Because this Pats defense is still good. They'll beat us, but by how much? And if they can really whoop on that defense, it could be a sign of life for them.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't. It'll be in Buffalo this time, right? The game they lost was in New England.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they should have about as soft a landing as anybody. Like if they miss playoffs at this point, it would be embarrassing. I guess the Dolphins, but
that
figure you're
game
10
could
or
end up
6
being for the
yeah.
division if they take care of business. The rest of the way.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So wait, let's go. Pro Football Network has a good playoff predictor as well. I like the interface better. Okay, Miami.
Who's Miami facing this week?
Okay.
They have the Cowboys up
They
this
play
week.
the Cowboys at home. They're at home. Let's give them that. Buffalo wins.
I don't like the Cowboys there.
Bills win again. Dolphins have the Ravens at the Ravens. They might not win this division. Let's say the Ravens lose to the Niners, bounce back, beat the Dolphins.
I see that.
And then the AFC East
decided in week 18.
Comes down to week 18 in Buffalo.
Oh, they want that. Right? I would in Miami.
Oh no, in Miami. Screw that up.
That's good for the Dolphins.
Yes, that is really big for the Dolphins. But yeah, that would be awesome. Give me that. Give me
Yeah,
that.
I have a feeling this Ravens game is gonna go Niners lost, Dolphins bounce back because they want the Week 18. It's all rigged.
Mhm.
It's all NFL rigged. So they want the Week 18.
It's all
thing.
part of the plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that a lot. I think that would be an awesome race to finish it out. And I think both teams have had their ups and downs this season. They've both been called frauds at points of the season. It's only right we
Who
decided.
hasn't been called a fraud?
Oh no, there's every team. Every team's been
We're
called
at
a
that
fraud.
point of the season where
You know
it's
who
like,
has? All right, you know who has been
really,
called a
like,
fraud?
everyone's a fraud.
The Niners have not been called a fraud. They
They
maybe
lost
during
3 in a row.
okay, maybe during that losing streak, but they still. I don't think anyone was saying they're frauds.
I think they were saying Purdy was a fraud.
I'm looking at this games right now.
Oh.
What funny outcomes?
What?
Just the Browns.
What? The Niners losses?
Browns pre Joe Flacco, PJ Walker loss, and then Josh Dobbs lost, and then who was after that? Bengals. The last Burrow game, I believe.
Yeah.
Weird 3 losses.
Yeah, it was weird.
No, but I don't think anyone was saying the team was a fraud.
It was so long ago.
That's true. That's true. Purdy
I
was
feel
definitely
like-
probably called a fraud though.
He threw 3 picks in that one game. I was like, this guy is trash. That was the peak of like Purdy's not anything special. He's gonna win it.
All right, since you mentioned it, let's run through the rest of the games so we can get to our awards predictions for the week or for the season. 3 weeks left. We're doing awards now.
Mid-season predictions.
Yeah, not so much mid-season. It'd be like I guess 3 weeks left. Who we think finally takes it. This should be our most accurate predictions, right? With that being said, too, I have $50 free play that I'm going to put on one of these. So whichever one is our favorite is what I'm going to ride with. That is on ESPN Bet. Now that I'm home, I get all these nice free specials and
Oh, you want my Fanatics code?
yeah, I'll take a Fanatics code.
At $50, and you can use it at the Fanatics store too. Go get a jersey or shirt or something.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into player futures, going from the MVP, all the way down. We're gonna look at the best bet out there. Right now, regular season. Oh wait, I guess we should. Crap, sorry, we should finish the games first, right? My bad. We're gonna get to that afterwards. I was getting ahead of myself. Let's finish these games.
Oh, the Eagles.
Yeah, let's start with that. Yeah, that's what we should start with. The Eagles falling yet again to the Seattle Seahawks. Drew Lock led Seattle Seahawks, and on the last drive, 92 yards. Every single play was directed towards James Bradbury. Every single play.
DK Metcalf 8. Literally 8. But I also feel like he just went into that mode where he was unstoppable.
Yeah, he has those games.
Like the guy that freakishly athletic. Just like be like, all right, no one can guard me. I'm gonna catch every ball. Like some of the balls that he was catching, was just like ripped out of the corner's hands.
The Seahawks did a rare thing where they messed up the time scenario over and over again, and yet they still ended up winning the game. Pete Carroll, like I did like they kept every time they would go for it or not go for it. They would kick a field goal. All the announcers were like, "Oh, analytics say you should go for it here. They should yada yada yada." And it was every time I was like, Pete Carroll's old school coach. He's gonna kick it, and every time it was the right decision. It was the right decision every time. I don't know what people were talking about it the whole time, and it was driving me crazy. I'm glad he cooked the field goals. It ended up working out for him, and gotta give it to Drew Lock. Like I think this was his.
Yeah, seriously.
No one thought he was going to be able to win this game. I mean, I don't think anyone he was going to be able to win this game. Just great game-winning drive fun game. Eagles, it's starting to be concerning.
It's really concerning if it wasn't before, because
Yeah.
now it's can't do the we played the two best teams in the conference after an already tough schedule. Now it's like, okay, these holes, these flaws that you've showed us the last couple weeks are continuing against mediocre teams, and you have a longer rest period. And I know Hurts was sick. I don't know how much that actually factors into it, but that feels like an excuse at this point.
Another team where it's like, well, Hurts is, a little bit banged up. Then rest him and sit him a game. At least we'll have an excuse to be like,
sick. He wasn't hurt.
Hmm?
He was sick, not hurt, so it's not like he could.
No,
get
I know,
worse.
but there was some other there were some early reports a couple weeks ago that were like, oh, he might not be 100% and stuff like that. He looks injured out there. Well, if he's injured, then he should be sitting.
Agreed.
It's the defense. Like the defense, not only is it the offense, I guess, because the offense is an issue, but the defense is ridiculously bad. Matt Patricia was promoted to their defensive coordinator position. Do they not remember that they won the
better
Super?
than they did the last 2 weeks.
I guess they did, but did they not remember that they lost or they won a Super Bowl because of Matt Patricia's defense letting Nick Foles throw 500 yards on him?
They probably remember that, yeah.
I don't
That was
understand these
Dougie
teams.
P, though.
That was Dougie P. It was also funny, like middle of the week, Matt Patricia just gets this job. Nobody knows about it till Sunday.
I didn't even know he was on the staff.
Yeah, honestly, all of a sudden he's walking around the sidelines. It's like, where did he come from?
I saw that headline. I was like, whoa.
He's one of those names.
That's not what I was expecting.
He's one of those names that'll just like never leave the NFL. He'll just be around.
Oh, yeah.
Just on some team.
Like watching NFL Network with your grandkids. Be like, Matt Patricia's gonna be calling the plays for the Colts this weekend. Like, what?
He's 75 years old.
Pencil on his ear.
Yeah, pencil on his ear with the laminated paper. It looked like he had a pen this time, so I'm sure that helped with the lamination.
Either way, can't write on
Nope.
laminated.
It's for the aesthetic, Chris. It's for the aesthetic.
Man. I love him.
We definitely needed him back on the
like,
sidelines. It was good to have him back on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah. But like I'd be way more concerned about Hurts than I am about the defense.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they gave up the game-winning drive, but they also played well for the majority of this game. Like they'd given up 13 points at that point. You think that 20 points is enough to beat the Seahawks?
Yeah, and they couldn't get to 20 points. That's the issue. You should be able to. The running game is good, but it's not. I feel like they don't know what they're doing with the running game. Like they like Swift, but I feel like they don't like him. They're not commit. I don't know what's up with their running. It's just not. It's not right. They get the tush push works. Hurts was good running it himself, but the receivers can't get open. They couldn't get They haven't gotten Goddard cooking. I don't know. I don't know what
it was also wet. Do you think that's like? Should we take that into account?
It's wet. It was loud in Seattle.
I just feel like I keep making excuses for you.
I mean, is it okay? Giants, Cardinals, Giants. Like I think they're gonna be fine, right? Be just fine.
Yeah, they will
come out at 13.
What's not going to be fine is when they have to go on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, of course, right? Yeah. But if they're gonna have a bye week, if the Niners mess up, they're gonna get a bye week.
But they probably won't.
But they might not. Where could we see them? I mean, like who? But who scares us? It would be the Rams, right? That's who scares us. I guess you could say the Seahawks. No, I meant.
Or wait, what are you saying?
Talking about the Eagles going into the playoffs.
Like
the Rams would scare you.
Yeah.
Would the Seahawks scare you again?
Like you gotta play because they could play at Tampa, which would be weird. That would be a rematch.
Oh, that would be weird.
Playoffs a couple years ago. And then you could play. They were the 2 seed.
I don't think they want to go to Tampa too. Gee, they don't want to go to
I
Tampa.
don't think I can. Okay, wait. So if they're the 2 seed, then yeah, you get the Rams, the Vikings, or the Seahawks probably, or the
They want the
Packers.
Vikings. They want the Vikings
Saints.
desperately. The Vikings or the Saints.
You want the Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely want the Vikings or the Saints. I mean, the Bucks. Let's
I
see
take the
them.
Packers.
I don't like if the Bucks are going to Philly. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a different story.
I don't want to go to Tampa. I'd take the
No,
Packers
I
too,
don't
of
either.
course. But no, I think they just need to avoid the Rams at all cost.
Yeah,
I
you
think
want the
next time they
Rams.
play the Cowboys, it's not going to be the same result. But and like the Niners, who knows? I think the Niners are just gonna be too good for all these teams, honestly.
That's what it feels like.
It seems like they're pulling away as the best team so far, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be much competition to stop them. But
Yeah, no, I think there's little out for that.
that's why we got to play the games. All right,
Yep, that's right.
Dolphins Jets. We don't need to talk about. Zach Wilson got benched for the 17th time this season. Colts steal all the Christmas Day or not the Christmas Day, the Saturday games. I don't know why I said Christmas. Saturday games. All two stinkers, one a good overtime game.
One great game.
Yeah, that game was fun.
That T. Higgins play at the end of the fourth quarter
When
was
he just like
one of the best plays I've seen in the season.
he just like
The fact that
reaches
first
it
he
over.
caught it and then was able to like realize exactly where he was, because I was talking to my dad about this. If he is short and reaches the ball like out like that, it just gets punched out and it's a fumble. They lose.
fumble out of the end zone.
Yeah, that was an amazing play.
That was a great play. Great ball. I love like there's nothing better. Like there's one thing for great athletic plays, but there's another for just awareness plays like that. Where
Yes.
your IQ is so high that you just know. Like I love when people are doing like they're running by the end zone or like they're going up and over and they just think throw it over. It's like,
Yeah.
Perfect.
And
Like,
then pull it right back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they just need the ball
Yeah.
to cross the line and that's all you need to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Wow,
fun.
these guys, they know how to play the sport.
Nick Mullins had his game. He looked good, 300 yards. Who do they have coming up? The Vikings.
They
They have the Lions. Ooh, they have the Lions.
The Lions at Detroit. That's week 18. Move backwards. Okay, they have the Lions twice. And then
I was gonna say we maybe get one more Nick
The
Mullins
Panthers.
games, but I don't
they
know.
have
I think the
Lions,
Lions. I think the Lions shut him up. Take care of business.
yeah, I think the Vikings are probably toast. But I don't know.
The Lions
This
are
team, something
they're
about 'em.
the best team up 10 in the NFL. The Lions. If you have them up 10, you're sitting pretty. But if this, I think the second they're rattled, I don't like this team. So
Mhm.
this is another one that they better hope they get. They better hope they get a good playoff matchup here.
They could definitely be a first round exit.
I think that's the writing on the wall for them. Sadly, as much as I love this team.
Especially if they get the Rams, like Stafford coming back.
Oh, that would be brutal.
Yeah.
The
They
stat
should be
and
toast.
that would be the most brutal because it's like they had the little victory of the Stafford trade where it's like
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, maybe the Stafford trade wasn't so bad. They got all these guys and like Goff isn't that bad. It's like,
Well,
well,
I still don't think it was bad. Like, you're in a better spot than you were then.
oh no, 1,000%. It's just the Rams won the Super Bowl. And if they then come in and beat you with
Yeah,
all
right,
these
then it's
players,
tough.
like then it's real tough. It's real tough.
Yeah.
Imagine
But they
Stafford.
weren't going to the
all right,
playoffs with Stafford, so.
Imagine Stafford with Laporta and Gibbs and Montgomery and Amon-Ra St. Brown and this offensive line. If he comes into the playoff game, he's gonna drop 400 yards because he'd be like, "Fuck these guys who wasted my whole career here." And now the second I'm gone, they give Jared Goff all these
Yeah, they have a
weapons.
mediocre quarterback.
Yeah, they
they
take
have
Jared Goff
better-
all these weapons.
Better infrastructure.
Oh, that'll be a fun match if that happens. All right. I think
I
that we
wish there was
kind
more
of
bad blood there. It would be more fun.
yeah, that's true. I guess
But
the last
like a
game we haven't
nice
talked
guy in the
about was
world,
the
the nicest team.
Pats Chiefs. Another good half by Bailey Zappi. That's all I have
It's
to
good in
say.
increments.
It's also funny. Like you can see how the Pats could be good if it wasn't for the throws that the quarterbacks make. Like the quarterbacks make the horrendous throws. Nothing else to say about this team. I can't believe Clyde Edwards-Helaire got a touchdown. That really made me mad.
Good boy.
Boy, screw him.
Full circle.
It was full circle. I was like, wow, just one last FU. All right, let's go on to the awards. I think we hit at pretty much everything. Not left.
Niners game we didn't
Texans.
hit, and I just wanted to say that
That game was not
every
interesting.
time I saw they had I watched the Monday night game at the bar and they had a rerun of the 49ers game. And every time I like shifted my eyes over to see like what was going on in the rerun, it was just touchdown, like 49ers touchdown.
Yep.
Again and again and again. Because this was like the 4 o'clock game that I didn't watch. But
They wreck bad
ridiculous.
teams. That's what they wreck bad teams.
They just could not stop scoring touchdown.
Also, we forgot to mention that the Texans, with a backup quarterback, were able to reclaim the Oilers uniforms from the Tennessee Titans. That was a bad loss.
That was tough. And I have that Titans future too. I think that's toast now unless they win 3 in a row, which is
what was it? 7.5
possible.
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much toast. They need to win out. That's annoying. I still like Levis. Give him some time.
I think that I do.
I think give him some time.
Let him marinate.
Definitely. All right, let's go on to the futures. Looking at the futures very late in the market. When looking at the MVP,
We're just doing awards.
Yeah, just awards. Just because it would just be a debate, kind of a debate on it, right? So like MVP Brock Purdy. Is that who's end up? He's minus 250 right now. Lamar Jackson's next favorite, then Dak, and then it goes to plus 1,000 with Christian McCaffrey, and that feels like it's already unobtainable. So, is this just Brock Purdy's? It's his award to lose, but is it settled?
It is. It's crazy. Because like every time I think about it, I'm like, how could we give Brock Purdy the MVP? But then you look at his numbers and it's like, how could you not? Like I still think it should be McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill, but he's first in the league in like every category. Like I don't know how just because he's Brock Purdy, that's like the only reason that you don't want to give it to him. Because he's in this system and you're like, well, a monkey could lead this team to 12 wins and lead the league in passing. But I don't think it should be a ding on him at this point. Like he's put up the numbers. They're the 1 seed. I guess like he's earned it. Good for him. It's weird.
It's definitely weird. I think you could tell that it's pretty much settled when the second player was Lamar, and his touchdown and yards is at 15th and 17th. Like that just means he's also the good quarterback on the good team. But he's nowhere near the stats wise against Brock Purdy. And the only argument is the eye test for these people, and that you don't want to give Brock Purdy that because of the eye test. And as you said, he's leading every statistical category. If you look at you can't even like argue his yards after catch is less because the past 2 Mahomes seasons have had more yak yardage than this Brock Purdy season. I guess it should be McCaffrey when you boil down to it, because this team does not run.
Yeah, I think
it can't run anything as it's supposed to without Christian McCaffrey there. But sadly,
Right.
the way the NFL is, that's just not how the awards work, and that's not how
No,
it's gonna
and
work.
it'll never be like that.
No, because
Especially with all those stuff running backs. It's like, you really think that they're gonna give a running back the award after nobody got paid?
yeah, and I mean, it would actually probably settle all that running back crap. That would be sweet for the running back
Yeah.
community, wouldn't it? But
Oh, it would be great. Not gonna happen.
no, it's not gonna happen. And the reason why it's not gonna happen is because this would be the year, and he's plus 1,000, and it's not gonna happen. Like this,
Because we
would be
haven't
the year.
seen a season like this since Adrian Peterson,
Yeah, the last person to win.
and he's not even gonna be close because his teammate's gonna win it.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange. It's gonna be a strange MVP season, and it's gonna piss a lot of people. I feel like.
Yeah.
I think they're losers though. If you're
I
pissed
can't.
off.
I don't know who cares that much,
No, I don't know who cares that much either. But I also think
right?
like if you're a fan of the NFL for this long, you know how this operates, and you know that the actual remember that
Mhm.
Todd Gurley season. I think Tom Brady ended up being the MVP. No, it was year after the Eagles Super Bowl, so I don't know who won the MVP. But it wasn't Todd Gurley, and it seemed like it should have been. And
Yeah.
he ends up winning Offensive Player of the Year.
He'll get a offensive player of the
Yeah,
year,
exactly. Yeah. So Christian McCaffrey leading for Offensive Player of the Year. I still think Tyreek Hill could get this.
I think him getting hurt hurts his case. It's like if they were neck and neck, like that's the separator,
Yeah, I agree. And
which is the bummer.
when you look at it,
'Cause I don't know if he's going to miss another game, but he's already missed a game and a half.
no one else is close.
No, and they shouldn't be.
No, I agree. Which
Like,
so
there's AJ Brown, I guess, and CD could make arguments for being up there.
just to play devil's advocate,
But
if you're so right now the MVP Brock Purdy is minus 215. His offensive player is plus 8,000. So if
I
you're
know.
winning the MVP based off your offensive statistical numbers, and you're not even close to winning the offensive player of the year, I don't know, just kind of like it. I mean, I get the difference between the awards, of course.
no, yeah,
But when I put value into the MVP, I think more of Christian McCaffrey than I do of the value. Like I worry less about the offensive stats than I do about the value. Yet he's not for the award of the offensive stats; he's for the award of the value.
yes.
Does that make sense?
Sorry,
Like it's
that was
confusing.
confusing.
It was so basically like they should flip the awards. They should just flip the awards. It should just be MVP and then best quarterback instead of offensive player.
Right? Yeah. Didn't we do
Yeah.
this on our last podcast? We created the best quarterback award.
Yeah, I think we just did it.
But like, if the quarterback is the most valuable position, which no one is going to argue that it's not, then like, why should you have a separate award for that and then MVP? Like, I think the system they have it now makes the most sense.
I think it's just broken. I think it's just a broken system.
I think it is broken. And like, I was talking to my roommate about this the other day, but like, if you're the 49ers, who do you think is more valuable? Like,
No,
if you had a redraft today,
yeah, McCaffrey's
if
more
they
valuable.
take well, even Tyreek Hill. If
Okay, you
take
do a fantasy
Purdy
draft
over
right
Tyreek
now.
Hill,
No, you're not taking Purdy over anyone. You're not taking Purdy over like you. I don't think you're taking Purdy over like Josh Allen and Hurts and Mahomes. Like, no.
right? But well, for this sake, like, throw out the other quarterbacks because the argument here is that it should be one of a non-quarterback, right? And Purdy's the quarterback who's going to win it.
Okay.
So, like, if you just consider McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Brock Purdy as the 49ers, like, who are you taking?
You're taking McCaffrey.
I would say Tyreek Hill, but
Okay.
either way,
Yeah. No,
those guys probably add more value.
Yeah.
Than, like, you can find a Purdy
Mhm.
whereas those guys you can't. Anyway, it's all hypothetical, and that's what podcasts are for. But it is like I feel bad. I don't want to take anything away from the guy because like it's a great story. He was Mr. Irrelevant, but like he was placed in the perfect system.
No, you can't
Like,
deny him. And I don't think
amazing
I think I'm
weapons.
pretty sure like I don't know if this is a real quote or not, but I'm pretty sure like he's come out and he was like, yeah, I think Christian's like our MVP. Like he's the real MVP or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think he gets it. He understands. I don't know. It doesn't actually matter.
He should decline the award.
That'd be
He
awesome.
was a real MVP.
He goes out
Decline.
there. He goes. Yeah, no. If he was a real team player, real team leader, he would go up there and he would go. This award represents the Niners' offense, not as much as
He might, honestly.
he might too. Yeah.
He seems like
He seems like a
nice
humble
fellow.
guy. All right, offensive player of the year.
He just has
we
that
just kinda
stupid face
got rid
that's
of.
like, how could he possibly be MVP in the league? You know what I mean? Like,
He's
after
too
the Eagles
chummy.
game when he had the beanie on, I was like, how old is this guy?
He's too chummy. He looks like a High
He's
School
chummy.
Musical quarterback.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, him with a beanie on, like he literally looks like he's 12, like he's waiting for the school bus.
Okay, moving on to defensive player of the year. Micah Parsons is even right now, and Myles Garrett is plus 150. I kind of feel like Garrett is out. I feel like Garrett should be the favorite here.
I do too. I gotta look at their numbers though.
Just
That's like I don't know any. I don't have anything other than the eye test.
yeah, no. Based off feelings wise, I feel like Myles Garrett has wrecked more games than Parsons has, and
At Parsons at the start of the year, it felt like it was like, holy crap, like this guy's incredible.
yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think about
Didn't he win it last year?
Parsons.
Oh, no,
Or
he
was it
didn't.
Watt?
Who won it last year?
Was it Watt?
Oh, Watt got hurt last year. Oh, it was Nick Bosa. He was hurt last year. Interesting. Okay. Back to stats. You know Myles Garrett's middle name is Lorenz. So
Nice. Miles Lorenz Garrett.
yeah,
All right. Let's see.
13 sacks for Garrett. Parsons has 12 and a half. Garrett has 4 forced fumbles. Parsons has 1. Garrett has 2 more tackles. So Garrett has the edge there. Grades. I also think that, like, I don't know, what the Browns are doing right now is more impressive than what the Cowboys are doing. And I don't know if that should matter. Defensive player of the year, but it's not irrelevant.
No, I don't, and I think
Right?
there's been a lot more. Like, they both have had injuries, but the Cowboys' defense has been a lot more healthy than the rest of the Browns' defense, and the Browns' defense has been able to maintain this level of dominance with that. And I think most of it is because of Garrett. When you look at, we were just talking about tackles wise, Micah Parsons hasn't beat, but sacks wise, half a sack more for Garrett.
Yeah.
Man, I feel, of course we're gonna need the last couple games, but I feel like Garrett going up against who the Browns have. Like, let's see, are they either team facing a really bad offense within the next 3 weeks? Oh yeah, like Miles.
The Cowboys are facing the Commanders. And sacked Sam Howell like 8 times. Back that up.
The Browns are facing the Jets at some point, and the Texans and the Bengals. So
that should be like 6 sacks right there.
I mean, the Cowboy. All right, so Micah Parsons has a real opportunity to get some headway before that Commanders game because he's facing two good offenses in the Dolphins and the Lions. So there's more of a test for Micah Parsons the rest of the way, and more of a chance to kind of prove himself in this late stretch as defensive player of the year if he gets a couple highlight plays against this Dolphins and Lions team. But Myles Garrett is going up against maybe Case Keenum next week and then the Jets. So if he just like owns them, he could get the edge there. So I think it's up to how Parsons plays against those two teams. Could end up being how this award ends down.
Yeah,
I like Myles Garrett.
that situation. I like taking the as worse odds.
Yeah, it seems like he's peaking too early. He's even too early. Got 3 weeks left. Can't be even now.
Yep.
CJ Stroud, yeah, he's taken. All right, this is lame too. Offensive Rookie of the Year should just have a quarterback position too because this is such a better race.
Well,
okay, it's such a better race though if it's between Gibbs, Nakua, and Bijan. At least it's a fun race, and then Laporta can throw his name in there too. But like now with that, seriously. it's all out of there. Laporta, it stinks that he's a tight end because, man, he's incredible, and the fact that he's 8,000 is ridiculous. Like Jordan Addison blows, not blows, but he's not like Laporta. Laporta's better than Bijan too. Good odds makers.
Yeah, I mean probably, but I mean like even like Stroud. What they've done this year is definitely warranted to win this award.
Why do they have Aiden O'Connell on the board?
Played at first. I must be looking at a different site because I did not see Aiden O'Connell.
Plus 20,000. Why is he even available to bet? Who's gonna bet that?
It's really funny. Anthony Richardson is on here.
That's funny. Tommy DeVito's on the one I'm looking at. What? Oh, wait. What if CJ Stroud doesn't play the rest of the games? Is he like? Honestly, if you're the Texans, no, you don't think it matters? He misses the last 4 games.
Minus 3,000. What on?
You say minus 3,000 was your book? I have him at 1,000 or minus 1,000. Or sorry, 10,000.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Minus 10,000.
Yeah, it's 10,000. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
This isn't a real book. This is just like Vegas Insider.
This is the ESPN betting app.
Gotcha.
All right.
Defense. I mean, it is a bummer.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Definitely win it.
Is it Jalen Carter? Is this really what the defensive Rookie of the Year is going to end up being? I don't see any. I don't know anyone else that can like actually go in and take it.
Witherspoon's had his games.
Yeah, but not enough.
No.
Will Anderson hasn't had any really big games at all, and he's the second favorite. This Ivan Pace guy, you know him?
Who?
Evan Pace Jr., the rookie out of Cincinnati. He plays for the Bengals. I'm pretty sure coming into like 2 weeks ago, he might have led the league in tackles or close to it. And he's an undrafted free agent rookie. So let me look at Jalen Carter's stuff. Because has Jalen Carter actually done anything? Or is he just a name? 5 sacks. It's not terrible. It's not.
No, I always hear about how good he's been.
I mean, this Ivan Pace guy has 2.5 sacks.
5 sacks is a defensive tackle, though.
That's true. I don't know. He seems like on the sidelines. Have you seen him on the sidelines? He seems soft. He seems kind of like a baby. When they've been losing, yeah, he seems like he's kind of a baby.
I mean, he has a baby face.
I guess it's just a bad year for defensive rookies.
I mean, there's good names up there.
No, come on
Okay,
now.
never mind. It's Forbes.
Forbes right
Should be
here is
on there.
plus 15,000 or 15,000, not 1500.
You know what's so funny is that Forbes was back last week and only played like 6 snaps. The guy that drafted in the second round, Quan Martin, played over him, which is so funny. Rivera was just like, screw it. Like, we'll get 2 defensive backs. Maybe one of them will hit. Quan Martin's been all right.
There you go. And you didn't like it, so because you liked
No,
Forbes.
I still don't like it. No, I didn't like anything.
Okay,
Literally like nothing. I wanted Gonzalez.
my favorite bet of the year, because there's no big favorite. Coach-
Comeback player of the year.
Coach of the year.
Oh.
No, he's rigged. Damn, DeMar Hamlin rigged that system. Poor Joe
I know.
Flacco is getting
Has he
robbed.
even done anything?
No, he hasn't played. He's played one special team snap, I think. But wait. We'll get there. Coach of the year. We have my favorite bet is Kevin Stefanski. Browns coach.
Okay.
How is he's plus 900 right now. I think I want to use 50
Yeah.
of the free play on it.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
It would be 50 to win 450.
It can't be like. Is it really gonna be Dan Campbell?
No, come on. They've
I
had
don't
so
know.
many. They've had so many disappointing games. How can it possibly be Dan Campbell? You like that's what I hate
It
about
could
the
be
coach.
Mike McDaniel if they get the 1 seed.
They're not getting the 1 seed.
I mean, it should be Shanahan.
No, it's probably should be Shanahan or Steichen, the Indianapolis coach. How the hell are
But
they?
so I heard an interesting argument about Coach of the Year, and this was actually on a college basketball podcast. But they were saying that a coach shouldn't be punished just because their expectations were higher. Like a coach whose team was supposed to be bad and is instead mediocre shouldn't win over a coach whose team was
I
supposed
agree.
to be great and was great.
I agree.
It's like it depends, I think. But like the Niners are so dominant at this point. And like if they finish the season with the 1 seed, he should win Coach of the Year. They'll be freaking 14-3. Purdy is gonna win MVP. Like that alone.
Yeah,
should be a
offensive player of the year too. Probably gonna have both of them. Two
Yeah.
different players
Yeah.
too,
So
which isn't rare or isn't common.
yeah, that's insane. So yeah, I think it should be Shanahan. But I like this is a great race because it could go anywhere. Where's Mike McCarthy at? Also,
McCarthy out
Mike
here at
McCarthy's
plus
done a good job.
5,000. Yeah, what if they get the 1 seed?
Where's
They're not getting the 1 seed.
good?
They could. Sean Payton,
Cool.
if they didn't blow this Lions game, he would have been right up there. But now they blew the Lions game.
Like Stefanski. What about Zach Taylor? Bengals are 8-6 without Burrow.
He's 2,500. I don't mind that. I like Kyle plus 800, Kyle Shanahan. Plus 900, Kevin Stefanski. I don't
Wait, who's the Bucks coach? Todd Bowles?
Todd Bowles. No, he's
It was
15.
supposed to be a disaster this year.
15,000. Yeah, that's true. But that's
Like, why
okay,
should he
that's
be any lower than Steichen?
that's a great
Same
point.
freaking situation.
I agree. Because Steichen's a first-year coach. That's why. So everyone's more impressed with him.
Yes, but Bowles lost Brady. I think that's more impressive.
D'Amico Ryan's solid too, I guess. I don't know. I
that's
think
wrong,
they
man.
like the they like the rookie coaches. It's basically whatever rookie coach is
Yeah, they
hot is
do.
coach of the year.
Yeah.
And
Hot,
okay,
like,
now I'm
literally
thinking
hot,
about it.
or-
all right. Looking at it,
I mean, not
Stefanski
to
already
this
got
year,
a coach of the
Stefanski's
year,
hot.
didn't he?
Stefanski is pretty hot.
He already got a coach of the year, yes?
He did win Coach of the Year.
They're not going to give it to him again.
He might.
All right.
When did he deserve Coach of the Year? Like, he should never have won it.
No, it was when they made the playoffs with Baker, and It's the same thing. It was only because it was the first team to make the playoffs as the Browns, or the first Browns team to make the playoffs, and he was the coach for him. So that's why they gave him Coach of the Year.
Fair enough.
Remember, freaking the Clapper got it.
He did get it. Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Jason Garrett
Yeah,
can get
there you
Coach of
go.
the Year just because the Cowboys were 13-3, why is Shanahan not going to get it for going 14-3 and having the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year? I guess the standards changed, but like that seems ridiculous to me.
No, and they're gonna give it to Dan Campbell, who's had 3 games where the Lions have gave up 40 points and completely shit the bed.
Like, yes, the Lions have had a good season.
But
And
all right,
missed
we
the playoffs last year.
expected
But,
them
like,
to be good. We expected them to be good. Let's not forget that. Let's not just like throw it out into the
right.
we've
They haven't exceeded expectations. The 49ers, like, even though we expect them to be good, I think they've still exceeded expectations.
I agree. I would agree. All right, man, but they're not going to give it to all of them and Shanahan. They should. I don't think they're going to.
I don't like Shanahan, so I hope he doesn't get it.
He's a little weasel. All right, comeback player of the year. Poor Joe Flacco and
Dude,
Baker
if
Mayfield.
the Browns go to the playoffs, it should be Flacco.
Also, that's what I'm saying with Stefanski. They make the playoffs. Like, what the hell are we talking about here? Like, this is an underrated storyline. They lose every player. Like, they've lost 2 offensive lines completely. I feel like they've lost like 3 D tackles last week. They lost their safety that was leading the team in tackles. Their injury report is insane, and no one cares. Joe Flacco doesn't. He is missing. They're on their 3rd right tackle. Their 3rd right tackle. Yeah. And normally that's like a death sentence to teams. Trevor Lawrence doesn't have his right tackle. They're not going anywhere. But Joe Flacco, you give him 2 weeks and he's ready.
So this is quarterback 4, right? That started for them this year.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. What are we doing here?
I mean, you're right.
All right. I'm
you're
put.
Right.
Stefanski's got to be coach of the year. Like, this is the 4th starting quarterback, and not only. I gotta admit, it should go into the fact that they were able to pick the right quarterback too. A lot of teams stick with PJ Walker for like 6 weeks and lose like 4 of those games. But they pulled the plug even when he won. They pulled the plug on him. They brought in a real vet, and they deserve some awards for that. Damn DeMar Hamlin, just because he played football again. Ridiculous. And it's what are you gonna say? He doesn't deserve it. Like, I get that his heart stopped on the field. Like, I know he's gonna deserve it, but like, come on, this is Joe's moment. Don't take it away.
Also, Tua had this thing going on.
Yeah, that's true. And
MVP.
Baker was out of the league. Baker got cut by the Panthers.
No, Baker was.
And then he got signed by the Rams, but
he's hanging around.
He was hanging around, but he was out of the league, man. I thought they were gonna be terrible. Like, all those guys deserve it over damn DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, and we had Baker in.
We had Baker in
the last tier of quarterbacks.
He was right next to Derek Carr.
I had him in number 1 pick, next to Trask, because I didn't even know that he's gonna start the whole year. So we haven't been more wrong about maybe anything
than this Bucks team. Yeah,
honestly.
The 20.
Wait, why is Russell Wilson on here?
I saw that too. He was just coming back from being ass.
How did he do? From just being trash. Why isn't there most improved?
There needs to be a most improved.
That would be so funny if Russ won most improved at age 35.
That'd be awesome.
It's because he was
sick.
awful.
That'd be sick.
Baker could win most improved too. Like, that's a good award.
It is a good award. I don't know why it's not in there.
On here. Plus 20,000
for comeback player of the year.
Oh, yes.
Comeback driver
again,
of the year, like.
I thought comeback player of the year was like you were injured. You just
No,
I
you
think-
can just be ass.
I guess they're not gonna just be trash.
Yeah, you can
Like
just be
Drew Lock
trash.
was just on the bench because he was trash. He didn't come back from anything.
No, but he was just ass. He's coming back.
Won it last year. Oh, Gino won it last. Yeah, literally, Gino won it last year.
Yeah,
Like,
because he was just ass, and now he just came
came
back from being
ass.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love this award.
It's definitely the dumbest award I think
Because
in
it's
pro
like-
sports. It's so
Well,
stupid.
you have like it matters something. Like you have Alex Smith won it. Like Burrow
Yeah.
won it after he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Tannehill won it. I
Tannehill
think
won it for
Tannehill
being
won it.
ass. He came back from being ass.
I just love that those guys are lumped together. Like imagine if there was a comeback player of the year
Oh, did you?
house, like the Heisman house, and they're
oh
like
yeah, that'd be sick.
they're looking back. It's like, oh, like my season when I was comeback player of the year, I had to rehab like all this to get past my torn ACL. And Alex Smith, oh, I almost had my leg cut off. And then Gino's like, I got punched in the jaw for playing cards on the team plane. And then I sucked for the next 4 years. Then I won 8 games. Come on, comeback player of the year.
Yeah, and then DeMar comes in and he's like, I just got on the field again. I mean that would make sense. I got on the field again
Yeah.
after doing Look, I get it.
Yeah,
But it's
I
like
guess.
I would
Yeah,
at least
it's
like to
fair.
see
It's
the
just there
guy
are good
play some
stories.
football. Yeah, I would just like to see the guy play some football. This Joe thing is immaculate. Like he needs to be praised somehow. And you know what his praise will be? It'll be the Super Bowl MVP. So I am not worried about it whatsoever.
You bet on that.
I bet I can. Let me see. Can I bet on Super Bowl MVP already?
I don't know if he'll be. What are their odds?
All right, odds to reach the championship
crazy.
game is plus 750.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
To reach the championship game.
That's 2 wins.
It's
You're
2
literally
wins.
betting on them to win 2 games
In January Joe. That's who we're talking about
against
here.
teams that I'm not that scared of.
No, I'm not scared of any of these teams.
Dude, imagine they beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. And Joe Flacco.
See, it's funny. That's the one like I don't think that's happening. But like I can see another team taking out. Like that's the one I can't get behind. All the other ones make sense with Joe. It needs to have the story line behind it, you know? I don't know. I guess the Dolphins doesn't make
That
any
would be
sense for
funny,
the Dolphins. No, it's just the Ravens. I just want to see
No,
the
they
Ravens.
could beat the Dolphins.
Just need to beat the
The
Ravens.
Dolphins in the playoffs.
Oh no, they can definitely beat the Dolphins. I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I can see Tua losing to Joe Flacco. I can see Lamar. I can't see Mahomes losing to Joe Flacco. That would be the downfall.
Probably not.
No,
Probably not. But if they can just avoid them,
it's all we need. All we got is all we
and play them
need.
in the AFC Championship game. That's what would happen. Like that's the arc that we're talking about.
I can't.
Joe Flacco and Patrick Mahomes for the AFC Championship.
I need it. I need it more than anything.
I believe that this could happen. That's the crazy thing. It doesn't
yeah.
seem that unreasonable.
No, it's not that impossible. All right.
They've also beaten they beat 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know if
Beat
they've
the
beaten
Bears
anyone.
and
Yeah.
the Jags.
Who now we don't know if
Smoked
the
by
Jags.
the Rams. Smoked by the Broncos. Barely beat the Steelers. I don't know.
But they beat the Ravens with
We'll see.
They beat the Ravens with Watson, so they can definitely beat him with Joe.
Yeah. I don't know if that's how that argument works. I think it's flipped.
No. I think it's no. I don't think it is.
They did beat the 49ers.
Without Joe and without Watson. So like now they gotta beat the Niners, right? All right. I have some notes about the NBA. Not too much, but
Okay.
just a little. Yeah, we're moving
Wizards
on.
won.
Yeah. When was there?
They
When
won
was
a
that?
game. They beat the Pacers.
Nice.
The Wizards Pacers, you know how we say that the over will always hit? The under hit in this game. The score was 137 to
Holy
123.
shit! And the under hit.
The total was 160.5. So it missed by half a point.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. They've actually been looking better though. Like they played close. They played the Suns close the other night in Phoenix. They played the Kings relatively close. I guess that wasn't that close. That was over by the fourth quarter. But
The
Jordan Poole has
Pacers.
been better. He's had a couple good games. That's Wizards talk. Koulibaly is the man though.
He is he's having some decent games in a row, which is nice. He's averaging like 13. Koulibaly. I like it. On the Giannis arc, get him in the weight room, 12 points a game.
He's in the
year
gym.
one. Yeah, that's all we need.
Yeah, his free throw percentage is like 56.
Perfect. Let's make it lower. Let's make it like 40s. And then we can make it just rise up. Each year just getting better and better. Yeah, the Pacers, I have to say, haven't won since the in-season tournament.
Have they really?
Yeah. They're winning right now against Charlotte, but they haven't won since the in-season tournament. 3 games in a row, so it's not like it's
Oh my word,
crazy.
they got crushed by the Clippers.
Yeah, their defense is a true problem because Harden had the game of
They also beat the Pistons.
his life so far on the Clippers. The Clippers are on the little 8-game win streak right now. They this is the same thing that happened with Philadelphia last year. Harden was good when he was happy before the All-Star break, but after the All-Star break, if he's not happy, it's just gonna be back into old, slow, forgettable Harden.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the honeymoon phase right now, and it's looking good. And it
yeah.
seems like it's rejuvenized Kawhi, which is the most important part. So honestly, if you can unlock Kawhi for, I think unlocking Kawhi does more than having a good Harden. So I guess they're in a good position. I still don't like the trade. I still don't like where they're at, but it's better. It's been a better honeymoon phase than we all thought.
Yeah, there's just a lot of season left.
Oh yeah, of course. And there's still
don't know.
other possible
These guys
moves
are
and
old
stuff.
too.
Yeah, they are old. It's all about health.
Mhm.
Celtics talk.
Stability is availability.
It's true. Celtics talk. They are starting to concern me in late games. They lost against the Warriors last night in a classic 10 p.m. start. Warriors have been struggling. Warriors, of course, take the
Won 5 in a
win.
row before.
Oh, okay, maybe not 5, but not struggling over the season. Not in the 5-game stretch. Yes, I did.
They're 14-0 at home.
The Warriors are?
No, the Celtics are.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, they're fantastic at home. It's what concerns me is this late games in away situations. Like, perfect example was last night. There's 6 seconds left. No timeout is called. Jason Tatum just gets the ball and just dribbles around and shoots a 3. A 3 that was never gonna go in. And that's how regulation ended. In comes overtime, and they play sloppy. They play hero ball. I thought getting rid of Marcus Smart would help this, but it hasn't, because Jason and Jalen just love to play hero ball late games, and shots like the shots last night and the inability to get shots late last night and late in the fourth quarter is going to cost the Celtics another title, because this team is the same issues that I've been seeing the past couple years. And I know they look great. They have these games where they're blowing out these teams, but what I'm worried about is crunch time, when the going gets rough, who is going to be able to take control at the end of the games, and who's going to be the leader. And it needs to be Tatum, but he loves these pull-up threes where you just need to go to the freaking rim, man. You need to go to the rim. There's no reason why he shouldn't have had 30 against the Warriors. Warriors have no defense whatsoever, and we're taking 58 threes. Why are we taking 58 threes?
Not a real stat.
That's a real stat. We missed
58?
41 threes.
What? How was there time for that many threes?
I don't know. They just chuck them up. It's ridiculous. And a game where we have 8 turnovers, where like the magic number for the Celtics has been 12. If you have 12 turnovers, you're not winning the game. You have 8 turnovers, but you really had 41. So you just bricked 41 threes. That end of the game was ridiculous. We had the Warriors on the ropes. Curry heats up right at the end. Does the freaking night yet again, and I just want to cry. But they're still good. Still a lot of basketball
Warriors have been
left.
trash this year too.
I know.
Yeah, you're 20-6, first in the East.
I know, but these types of games, the games against
Don't get
this,
the
I remember we talked on the pod when the Timberwolves beat them because it was the same game, same situation. Late game, right before overtime, Joe Mazzulla does not call a timeout and lets the players play, and the players are not, they need to run a play. There's too much standing around and waiting for someone to hit the hero ball 3, and that's not going to win you a title. It's about running around. It's about giving the ball to your teammates. Finding the open man. It can't be this hero ball, my turn, your turn bullshit.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That's my concerns. They got to figure that out by the playoffs.
It's just that they're
Yeah, they're also very good when it comes to a lot of other games. But when it comes to good teams that can play good defense in late game scenarios, that's what the playoffs are. So
yeah, I guess. But like, you can afford to lose a road game or two in the playoffs. You don't have to sweep everybody.
that's true. That's fair. But it just better like that. I don't know. That's the type of stuff that the Miami Heat can do very well, and the Miami Heat will be able to expose very well.
Heat, rent free.
They're right. Yes, they are, dude. They are, because Jaime Jaquez is gonna like.
I mean, yeah. It's like third in rookie of the year.
Yes, dude. He's a freaking man, bro. He's a dog, and he fits perfectly with this team. They're gonna end up getting like Donovan Mitchell too.
You think?
I don't know. I mean, Mitchell could be on the move apparently, but like out of all the stars that could possibly move, he's the most realistic one, and the Heat would make sense for him.
Yes. I would, if I were you, I'd want the Heat to change something quickly.
You would want the Heat to change something quickly?
Yeah, just don't bring back the same team.
That's why I wanted them
Just
to get
not the same
Dame.
team. Like, we're all replaceable.
That's why I wanted them to get Dame.
Yeah, I think what was the like you were more scared of Dame than Jaime Jaquez than Dame.
And I still stand by that. I think I'm definitely standing by that. I don't like Jaime Jaquez on this team whatsoever. And he's like becoming untradeable. Like he's like an asset that like you can't, he's like untouchable in these trades. I can't stand the Heat, man. I'm already losing sleep over them.
Give it a rest. You got 4 months. Enjoy it.
All right. I'll enjoy it for the 4 months. You're
Just
right.
want you to be happy.
Thanks, Chris.
But we'll say
What?
could play him in the first round.
I know, dude. I don't
Very
want to play him.
possible.
I don't want to play him in any round. I don't care what round it is. I don't want to play him in the first, in the second, and third round. I don't give a shit.
I know.
Right now they're the 7th seed. They're gearing up perfectly for the freaking 8th seed. You know what's funny? Maybe not the
Too early to stand in slot.
I would rather play the Cavs and Knicks, who are now currently above them, over the Pacers and Heat.
Yeah, I would. The Knicks are nothing. Cavs are nothing too. The Magic too. I'd rather see. Magic are a good team, but they're just young.
Yeah, they're just not ready. The
Yeah,
Cavs,
they're
the
like
Cavs.
the Kings were last year, I think.
The issue with the Cavs is they have 4 good players that play 2 positions. They have 2 good centers and they have 2 good point guards, but
Good. Yeah.
they don't have anyone really other. They don't no other stars on the team or no like.
They need a wing.
Yeah, they need some wings.
Need a
They
wing.
need to split up the big guys too. This Allen Mobley thing is not working, especially when one of them can't stay on the floor the whole time. So they're a team to look out for to make some moves.
You
I
keep
think,
Mobley, right?
yeah, I'd keep Mobley. He's just a young. You don't want to be burned. Like you could be burned by Jared Allen and not. Like he's not going to be burned you.
Mhm.
He's not going to burn you too badly. But Mobley, there's a possibility that he could burn you. Right now, 2 of the best teams in the league are playing, and it's the 76ers and the Timberwolves, actually. Timberwolves have still been on fire. We've been talking about them a little bit in our last NBA update. And
Yeah, but when we were talking about them, it wasn't real yet.
yeah,
It's real now.
it's real. They
They're the way into the season.
Yeah, they're a real contender, and they play really good defense. It's all Anthony Edwards, and the key is that I think I said this last time we were talking about it, but it's his team now. Karl Anthony Towns doesn't need to worry about the pressure or the load or any of that crap. He just needs to worry about playing his best ball and letting Anthony Edwards be the leader of the team and let him be the face of the franchise. And I think he's kind of accepted that. And once the teammates start accepting that, it's go time.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right,
Talking about
last.
the elephant in the room with them, or
Oh, what's that? What would that be?
the Edwards.
Oh yeah,
See the text.
yeah, I saw that.
Tough look.
Look, okay, it's a tough look.
Look.
It's a tough look. So if you don't know, Anthony
We don't have
Edwards.
to discuss it.
Nah, okay, yeah, we could do it quick. Anthony Edwards got exposed by an Instagram model who got pregnant from him, talking about taking abortion pills and stuff like that. He looks like an asshole in the scenario. He clearly does not treat her with the amount of respect that he should. But when you get in the business of sleeping with an NBA star, I think you should know what comes with that business. That's all I have to say. Like, I get it's not right. I get that what he said probably wasn't the correct response. He definitely should have been, gone out a different way. But you're also like, and you picked Anthony Edwards. Did you expect him to like want to settle down with you? Have you met this man? I mean, clearly they have. But this was the wrong star to try to. He doesn't take shit from anyone, so he's not going to take shit from this Instagram model who wants a baby. That's all I have to say. It is
You're
a tough
victim
look.
blaming.
I'm not victim blaming, because I don't think it's. It's a not. Okay. Is she a victim? Is she a victim? Is that what it is? Is she? I'm confused. I'm actually generally asking.
Well, no, I mean it wasn't like it was
No,
consensual.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess she's not a victim per se.
No, she's just mad that he wants to get an abortion, and I guess.
Well,
Well, he's sorry that he's demanding. He's demanding.
But just the way that he was like,
send a video. Send a video. Send a video. He's telling her to take the abortion pill and send the video. And
wants to see a video of it. It's just over and over again.
And it's the only thing he responds. And he does do her dirty though, because like she sends a video and then he's like, "All right, now my lawyer's gonna talk to you." He's like, "I thought we wanted to handle this like man." It's like, nah, my lawyer's gonna handle this. So, all right, I guess I'm not. All right, I'm not victim blaming at all, but still, she knows what she got into with this Anthony Edwards deal, and she also knows how to publicly expose him. So she did the right thing. If what you're
I guess.
right
Yeah.
thing? I don't know. This is such a gray area.
Well, yeah, until the freaking kid grows up and sees it.
Well, did she send the video? I don't remember.
But the texts are there. Those don't disappear.
Yeah, not if she took the video. The kid's not
Like,
there.
oh, like if she actually got the abortion, yeah.
Yeah.
So she didn't want to though.
She said, yeah.
Probably didn't.
I don't know. This whole thing's stupid. Like it's not gonna be any league concert. It's just like bad luck, Anthony Edwards, and it is a bad look. But you know what it taught me about Anthony? It taught me nothing. I kind of thought he was an asshole. So
yeah,
and not in a bad, but like I did not think he treated women well. So it's not like that changed anything. I guess I don't know. Whatever. Hairy situation. But I think it got resolved. I don't know.
sure.
All right. Last thing I want to mention. Speaking of hairy situations, John Morant is back. He is,
Yes.
and not only is he back, but God, he's spectacular. I forgot how much of a wizard he is on the basketball court. And
That's pretty awesome.
I was sitting there watching it with my dad, and I was like, you know, it's nice to be able to root from someone coming back from suspension and like being able to root for him. Like he's not a criminal. He's just a dumbass that just showed his he's a dummy. So like
A gangster.
being able to root for him, and it's like this kid just thought, he thought he was a gangster, and now he's back.
Mhm.
He doesn't actually look like he learned anything, but I don't know. I'm sure he won't show his gun on Instagram Live anymore.
If he did, it would be so funny.
Oh, it would be hilarious. But I mean, that guy is a wizard with the basketball.
Yes, he is awesome.
He made the game-winning shot. He made the two defenders high five. That's all I got. I mean, that was impressive. I hope to see more from Ja, and I hope that he can bring the Grizzlies back, because the Grizzlies have been pretty shit without him. All right, I think that's about it. Good Anthony Edwards discussion.
Yeah, I was probably should have brought that up.
No, it's whatever. I think
Flip it.
I think it's whatever. Maybe we should have. I don't know. All right. Anyways, let's wrap this up before we get ourselves under the bus. Thank you all for listening. I hope you all enjoyed. Now that we're on break, I mean, I've been saying it for weeks now, but we will have a Friday pod. It will happen.
You will, yes.
Yes, we will do it.
Guarantee.
Thank you all for listening. See everyone on Friday. Wise picks are coming that Friday too. I'm making up. We're gonna be positive.
We're gonna win some.
We're looking for a 3-0 week. So thank you all for listening. See everyone. See everyone.